Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Unofficial Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Bobby. It's just me today. It's a solo show. It's Mother's Day here, in America. I'm pretty sure it's Mother's Day, maybe in England, maybe around the world. I'm not sure. But here today, it's Mother's Day. So the guys are doing things with their moms. Dinner, lunch, breakfast, movie, just hanging out. Being good sons. Unfortunately, I can't be with my mom this weekend because my mom is working. Yeah, so she retired and she moved upstate about maybe about hour and a half from me. I live in the city, so she lives in Bumble, New York, and it's far. It's a journey. It's a journey, but it's worth it because you love your mother, so you got to go see her now. But she's working, so she decided to get a little part-time job because she was bored at home. I'm pretty sure that my stepdad, Danny, and my brother Scott are highly annoying, and she decided to get a job because she needs some peace away from them. Which, you know what? I can't blame her. My stepdad also retired, and my brother Scott lives upstate with them. So you can imagine you got two gamers in the house, and my mom. My mom's born 1959, so she knew about some games when she was growing up. She liked pinball. She definitely liked pinball. She played the Atari with my real father. Um, what else did she do? She played Atari. She played a little bit of Nintendo. She kind of liked Tetris, but not really. And then no, when I had Nintendo, she played with me. Nintendo, she did play Tetris. She played Dr. Mario with my father, Robert. Bobby. I'm Bobby Jr. She played that with him a little bit, and then basically whenever I wanted to play, she watched me. She's very supportive, super supportive of my gaming habits because you know why? I kept me quiet. It kept her mind at ease. She's like, oh, this little crazy guy is playing Nintendo, so he'll be quiet for the next who knows how many hours. Because I was a wild child, bro. I was a wild child. I was full of energy, full of energy. My dad and my mom took me to the park. They play fetch with me. Like they throw the ball, I run and get it. I want to throw it back. They're like, nope, don't run it back. I mean, don't throw it back. Run it back. Run it. And I'll tell you something. My mom had a cannon. Okay, my mom had a cannon of an arm. She used to fling these balls down the park. I mean, I was running for forever. I had so much energy. The only time I was calm was either when I was watching the Goonies, I was watching Batman, I was watching Scooby Doo, or basically, any old school 80s cartoon that was on that my father was smart enough to record episodes. Because sometimes, it's Monday, sometimes it's Friday, and sometimes it ain't Saturday. And, back then in the 80s, there was no like on demand cable. Okay. So if you wanted to watch cartoons, you had to wait for that day, the cartoon. Nope. My dad's like, hell no. Hell no, sir. We're going to record these cartoons so you can watch this any time of day because you are a wild child. So that's what my father did. And I used to watch G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles. Oh my God, so many things. There was, I think, I don't know the name of it. Mutant Sharks. They were sharks. I had toys of them. Don't tell me I didn't. Don't remember them. I remember the Bucky O'Hare, So yeah, so my mom now, my real father was a gamer too. So my mom had to deal with him. Then me. Then my sister Christy played with me. I mean, forever. Then my stepdad came along. Then he was against the games. He didn't really like them too much. We did play lots of NHL '94 together on the Sega Genesis, and he was actually pretty good at that game. So we had some good battles. And then my sister Katie was born, so there's some more gamers right there. My brother Scott. So my mom had about, well, still actually maybe 40. Well, I'm 40, so she had probably 45 years of gamers in her life. 45 years of a gaming family, and she participated every now and then. But yeah, so can't I couldn't see her this weekend because she had to work, and my mom does not like to call out, even though my mom is 64 years old. My mom can definitely call out of work. No one would care, but she's loyal. I'll tell you that. She goes to this job. Does she like the job? Nope. Does she say she wants to quit every day? 100%. Does she quit? Nope. She does not. So I am going to just do a solo show because I cannot be with my mom today. I will be with her next weekend, which is fine. Works out either way. Maybe take her someplace, some restaurant up there. My mom is very simple. If you give my mom a real good cheeseburger with some real crispy fries, she is super happy. That's my mom. She likes a nice meatloaf with some roasted potatoes. I'll make that for her. Chicken thighs with some potato salad, pizza, something. She's very simple. She will make lamb chops sometimes. And then she'll gag and puke because she says it smells like an animal in the house. Because, that's a kind of a gamey meat. So, you know. Um, so here we go. Solo show. I did purchase Breath of the Wild. This motorcycle. You can't win. You just can't. It's always loud in New York City. So I bought not Breath of the Wild. What an idiot. I'm sorry. I bought Tears of the Kingdom. And it came the next day, even though I pre-ordered it to be delivered on the day of release. Didn't get here till the next day. And I put it in, I loaded it in, and that's about all I did. That's about all I got. And it's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. Like I said, the previous episode, I'm gonna bring it to work. Oh yeah, I got an extra dock, and I'm gonna bring that bad boy in and my lunch break or something. Close the door of my office, try to get something. My commute home is pretty quick, so I really can't play on the train. But I mean, if I get a chance to do it, I will. Problem is that I'm knee deep into Jedi Survivor. This game is amazing. I'm not even that much of a Star Wars fan, and I enjoy this. I also enjoy that he's ginger, and I'm a ginger, so that helps. I feel like that's me. I feel like I am Cal. That's his name, Cal Caddis or Cetis. I think it's Cal Cetis, whatever his name is. I know his first name is Cal. Little CK. That's what I call him, CK. Loving this game. I think it's just as good as the first one. But I'm gonna say okay. I don't no spoilers, no spoilers. But as a story point, again, no spoilers. Trust me, I promise. As a story point, I'm in the second world. So you have an option to go here or there. I picked there, and that's where I'm in. So maybe not really sure how many hours I'm in, but I'm noticing that there are some branching paths. The map kind of messes me up. It messes me up in the original game too. But the map is just all over the place. I mean, I feel like once you get to play it, you'll recognize, landmarks, buildings, where to go here and there. So it's definitely a game you got to backtrack, which we all know you got to backtrack. But it's not really worth the backtrack now because you don't even have all the abilities. But you know me, if I see something, I got to go over there. I wasted my time a few times. But apparently, you get some kind of additional jump forward. It's like an extra boost of jump. I don't have that yet. So I'm trying to figure out this just Jedi temple thing. Um, couldn't do it because I couldn't get across. And I was getting aggravated. Like, why can't I get across? Am I just that bad at jumping? And then I did a little YouTube, little cheat, but little YouTube. And then I was like, oh, I don't have this ability. So there you go. Wasted like, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours trying to do it. Um, Also, game is tough, bro. This is like Jedi Souls, okay? Because it is not easy. I went down to a boss fight that I thought was part of the story. Absolutely got my, I absolutely got wrecked. I absolutely got wrecked. Tried again, got wrecked again. I did grab my souls. I know it's not souls; it's your like Jedi knowledge. That's what they call it, I think. Um, I did get it. Found out a trick though. If you happen to die in a boss battle, your little Jedi knowledge will be there. The secret is don't pick it up right away. Try to mess up the boss. Try to use your, your stems, life stems from BD1. And then if you pick it up when you have no more left, you get a refill. You get a free refill of life. So it helps in situations where you think, oh, well, I can't do it. Well, you have one more chance if you grab that little knowledge. Um, However, if you don't grab it and die, it's gone. Just like Dark Souls. Just like Dark Souls. So, um, which is good. I like the combat. It's a little tough. I thought I would go in there more, Jedi Knight, but I'm going in there like Jedi Learner because some of these enemies are tough, and you got to learn how to block, use the skill. So I am not going as fast as I was going in the beginning. I'm starting to learn all the enemies' move sets, the blocks. There's different stances, which I think is great. You could dual wield. You could just do the Darth Maul. You could do it traditional. And there's two more stances. I just got one. Don't want to spoil it, so I'm not. But then there's one more you get after that, uh, which is amazing. So it's definitely, if there's a way to play the game that suits you, it's possible. Each stance has its own perks. So it's all pros and cons depending on how you play the game. I like to go in there and just go wild. So we like to go in there and dodge everything. Like they are Jedi Knight, and they just move. If they tap dodge at a certain point, things slow down. You can parry at the right moment, take away your enemy's thing. There's perks. The costumes so far are good. I have the full long hair and the beard, trying to be my best Mad Max that I can. Um, you know, Other than that, I think the game is great. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. You know, what else have I been playing? I did that. Very upset about Tears of the Kingdom, but like I said, I have a plan, and if my plan works, I can be able to play two games at once. And the crazy thing about that is that I haven't played my Nintendo Switch since that day, since Metroid was released. I love Metroid, but didn't play it. Haven't played it since the Metroid, which was I think a year ago. I think if I remember correctly. So I've only played my Switch for Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Metroid, and Tears of the Kingdom. I did obviously play Mario Strikers with my wife. I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 with my brother online. I really loved that game. And Mario Kart with the wife. Oh, and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, but apparently it's a Switch game. Had no idea. Still enjoying it though. I still like it. So that's really, I had the Switch for a while. I had the Switch, I don't know, I'm going to say maybe a good 5 years. I mean, listen, during COVID, it was a lifesaver. because Eva played Animal Crossing, and my wife loves to do tasks. She likes to write them down, make little notes, check things off. She's very task orientated in her day. And when there was COVID, there was nothing happening. And she was having a breakdown. And I ordered Animal Crossing prior to knowing about COVID because she loves Animal Crossing. This game was a lifesaver because she would have lost her mind. So, in the way the Switch had its purpose, wish I would play more things on it though. It's just, to me, it's just like any real third party game that I want to play. I can play it on a PlayStation, and if you have an Xbox, you play it on an Xbox. I mean, the Switch is good. It's not a for me system, but you can't pass up a Zelda game. So that's what I got it for. The sole purpose of my Switch was to play Breath of the Wild because I saw a coworker play it. I absolutely loved it. I asked Santa for Christmas. Santa delivered. Okay. Santa absolutely delivered. So that's the Switch. That's the story of the Switch in my house. It really will collect dust if I don't play a game on it. Because Eva stopped playing Animal Crossing because, you know, what else can you do in Animal Crossing? She achieved and did everything. I think she has every single item. She wrote and made and created an Excel sheet for the items that she needed, wanted, or the things to do in the game. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? But you know what? Helps. I mean, I do the same thing for trophies, so can't knock it. Can't knock her. She did her thing. Um, I was playing We Were Here Forever with my boy Marlon, and we are basically stuck at a puzzle. The problem is you only have a limited time, and I counted on my phone with the timer 8 minutes. Basically, We Were Here franchise is a really good co-op only puzzle game. So you and your buddy are usually in the same room, but different sides of the room, and you can't see each other. You really can't work with each other. So, you could be the explorer or I don't know what it's called, the explorer. There is the teacher, or whatever they call them. And one of you are that individual character. And depending on what character you are, is what is you're seeing on your screen. So communication is a key. It's key to the whole game. So there might be a puzzle that your friend has that the answer is on your side and vice versa. So it's talking, it's describing, it's figuring things out, it's learning, and it's very fun. It is very fun. First two games I had a ball with. I thought they were excellent, excellent. And then the second, when you play again and you flip roles, you kind of already know what to do because you already figured it out, and then you're telling your friend what to do, and the game goes by much faster. But it's different. But it's cool to see that flip side of things because it's like, how did your brain figure that out? Like I figured it out like this, but you figured it out like that. But either way, we got to the same conclusion. So I thought that was pretty interesting. The third game, which was called We Were Here. We were here. We were here too. We were here together. I think those are the three games. Fourth game is called We Were Here Forever. But the third game, which I think is We Were Here Together, really pissed us off because there were some puzzles in that game that I don't care how good you were at figuring out puzzles. I mean, obviously, people figure them out because, the internet. But somebody had to put it on the internet. So that means somebody had to figure it out with their buddy. And these people are geniuses. Okay? These people should work for NASA because when I was reading the cheats to figuring out a puzzle that we spent 3 days on, me and Marlon were both like, how in the world? How in the world?
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Do you like video games, podcasts, and reminiscing? I'm actor, video game writer, and total sweetie pie, Connor Savage McCabe, and on each episode of Call Me By Your Game, I sit down with a guest for an intimate look at a special game from their past. Did you and your dad beat Spyro the Dragon over the holidays? Or was Halo 4 the one thing that united your roommates during your senior year of college? Stories like these are what Call Me By Your Game is about. From video game content creator Janet Garcia to Hades voice actor Courtney Vinay's, I interview wonderful comedians and game industry friends about these memories. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts, and maybe someday you'll call me by your game.
Was I ever going to figure that out with the clues you provided me in the game? How? I had a notepad. I had a pen. I was taking down notes. We were sending each other text messages of the pictures from our screen. We were screenshotting from our phone pictures and trying to figure things out. I'm like, how the hell did you guys figure that out? Because there was no way I was. And it kind of aggravated us because it took a lot of the fun out of the game. Because after a while, man, listen, I have other games to play, so does he. And after a while, you're like, listen, you know what? Just let's look at the YouTube and follow the YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, impossible. But we did it. And we said, you know what? Forget it. That's the last game. It's good while it lasted. Keep moving. Then I saw We Were Here Forever on sale. And I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. So we tried it. I think the first 2 areas of the game, really fun. Figuring out, we're talking, we're communicating, we're laughing, we're joking. I'm having a margarita. He's having a whiskey sour. We're communicating on the headset. Our wives are gone. I think my wife went to dinner with her friends. His wife was at work. It was just the boys. Just the boys. Old school, headset, joking around. And then we hit the issue. There was one puzzle where you're in a room and I can see his character above me in another room. And basically, it looked like a very large hexagon. But not just a hexagon, like many, many hexagons. And those hexagons can connect to other hexagons. And we had to figure out, because I couldn't see the top of my door, and he couldn't see the top of his door. And then we figured out, in order for us to get to certain things, you have to get to the symbol on my side. And if I had, like, let's say, I think it was like a clown face, or I think just a regular face, you had to match the doors from my side to your side so the faces connect. You go through the portal and then go to the room that I'm telling you that I see, and vice versa. Difficult, took us a while, figured it out. We thought that would be the hardest puzzle. Well, boy. Oh, boy, were we wrong. The next puzzle basically has you do some kind of scientific concoction where you have to make potions and you have to create diamonds or some sort of gem. And in order to do that, there's a chart in front of you. He's on one side, I'm on the other side. I have stuff for him, and he has stuff for me. And then we have to communicate what I need to make this individual potion, and he got to communicate to me what he needs to make this crystal. And then I have to use his crystal to put in with another crystal that I can make to combine, make another crystal for his side of the map. And then he has to make me another potion that I can create on my side. And there's this little water feature, spins around like a little cycling, water that spins around. And you put little plates in, and then the plates, you put the items you need and everything else. Oh my God. It is so frustrating. So I went to YouTube. We try to watch the video. You cannot follow along the video because you just can't. You have to understand the video. So I did like a closed caption. My friend did some nerdy stuff on there. Kind of got like a transcript of the thing. I'm trying to write down the notes. I have to do this, 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 and this. And you have to do this, 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 and this. We got to communicate. I sent him over an email. He printed his out. I printed mine out. We're just not getting it on time. But little by little, we're getting faster and faster and faster. The crazy thing is if we ever finish this, and if we ever finish it, because we don't know if we can even do it. But if we can never finish it, flip side is we have to do it again because I have to be him and he has to be me. We have to switch roles. And then I have to read the script I gave him, and he's got to read the script I wrote for myself. Can you imagine doing this again? Kind of frustrating. But like I said, this apparently is the hardest puzzle in the game. So after this, it can't get much harder. Or can it? Because I'll tell you what, it was one night, that night we were drinking alone. It was about 12:15 at night, a.m. My brain shut off. My brain did not want to think about anything anymore. See ya. But you know what? I love playing with Marlon. We have a great time together. We have a great time playing together. So I and my brother, I don't know, random text. My brother does not like online games. He's just like me. But I do like a good co-op game. So if it's a co-op game and it's online, I'm playing it. Not Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever else is there. But I will play co-op games. Sniper Elite, on it. They can make Sniper Elite 20. I will play all of them. That's how much I love those games. My brother, some reason, out of the blue called me, said, "Hey, bro, Dead Space 2. Let's get it." I was like, "What?" He said, "Dead Space 2, bro. Let's get it." I'm like, "You're going to buy Dead Space 2. He goes, "Yep." I was like, "You want to play together?" He goes, "Yes, okay. If we play together, can we play the whole game? You're like, to platinum? Like, you don't have to platinum it, but help me get the platinum. Anything you want, bro. Got you." Wow. Amazing. I found out you could play with the 2 players. So me, my brother, Marlon, the 3 of us. I bought the game. I downloaded the game. I called my brother. Didn't buy the game yet. I said, "When are you going to buy it?" He said, "This weekend." No doubt. Let's go this weekend. To my boy Marlon. He's like, "No problem. I downloaded it." He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. Bam. Mother's Day weekend happened. Nobody's playing anything this weekend. You know why? Because we're hanging out with our moms, guys. Okay? Unless mom's picking the controller up playing Dead Island 2, you know, we ain't playing it. I'll tell you what, my mom's not going to play Dead Island 2. She's not. Will she watch a little bit? Yeah. My mom was scared of horror movies her whole life. Her whole life. She heard The Exorcist, Tubular Bells. My mom would run out of the apartment. Okay? My mom watched Rosemary's Baby. My mom was freaking out when she was pregnant with my sister, Christy. She was freaking out. "Oh my God, this is crazy." My dad's like, "You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. There's no Rosemary's Baby. There's no satanic cult." Okay, Michelle? My mom was named Michelle. Calm down. Gotta calm down. My mom thought she heard something. She ran out of the room. Okay? My mom is scared of statues. She cannot look at Empire State Building. The Empire State Building. Statue of Liberty. My mom cannot look at the Statue of Liberty. She freaks out. She absolutely freaks out. Statues scare her. When my mom was young, she watched Planet of the Apes, the original, with Charlton Heston. Okay, I think Roddy McDowell. Pretty sure it's Roddy McDowell. Could be wrong. Maybe. She saw the movie. She liked the movie. She was at the movie theater. My mom cut school with her friends to watch this movie. And at the end of the movie, there's a scene with the Statue of Liberty toppled over and half of it's hanging out of the ocean. The other half's popping up. She lost her mind and she ran out of the movie theater and went on the train home by herself. Like, don't get me wrong. Some statues, creepy. Like if I was scuba diving or do some kind of underwater adventure and I saw a statue, it'll freak me out. Cause it's like, you don't expect it to be there. Oh my God. What the hell is that? Statue. But, to Once I realized it's a statue, okay, statue, no problem, it's over. Not my mom, not at all. I used to watch Gargoyles, the TV show Gargoyles. Mom was like, "What's this?" Oh, Gargoyles. Oh, that's cool. Okay, no problem for watching it and having a little cherry turnover from Drake's, not Drake's. I think it was Drake's. Cherry turnover with some chocolate milk. I'm happy. I just watched Batman. Here comes Gargoyles. Okay. My mom's sitting down watching with me. My mom is like, "What is happening?" Like, what do you mean what's happening? Oh, he's turning into, he's coming to life. My mom left the room. My mom, where you going? Oh, I have to go in here and cook. You just cooked, lady. The hell are you doing? I realize now she did not like the transformation of the stone gargoyle into the live gargoyle. Freaked her out. Absolutely freaked her out. So my mom and statues don't go together. Do not go together at all. The good thing is that my mom is 64 years old. She'll be six. That means she'll be 65 this year. Okay, on July 22nd, she'll be 65. Now this will be a very special birthday because we're gonna do something special, and then she's gonna do something special for me. And I don't know if you have this where you listen on the podcast in your country, but we have something called senior citizen. Yeah. My mom at 65 years old will be considered a senior citizen. Okay. That means that there's this thing called a Metro card, and that's how you get around New York City. And I'm going to make my mom buy a Metro card at a senior citizen discount. And then perhaps she'll leave it on the table and I'll pick it up. I'll have a discounted Metro card for the entire duration of my work life, which means I would save money. Is that fraud? Find me. Figure it out. Find me. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not gonna happen. Because I'm a ghost in the subway. I get in, I get out. It's my son. I live like 8 stops. I'm out of there. I'm in the subway, maybe 20 minutes, and I'm out of there. So, good luck catching me, MTA. Yeah, but next week when I see my mom, not sure what we're gonna do. But my mom, like I said, my mom is very, very simple, nothing fancy. She just likes a simple, simple day. Where she lives, there's not much to eat as far as restaurants go because she's lives in Bumble, New York. But there's something out there, and apparently there's an Italian restaurant. So we're gonna go there. My mom can make Italian food, so I think going to an Italian restaurant is kind of a waste because nothing. Italian food is pretty simple to make. I'm not knocking the gourmet. I love Italian food. I mean, I make it at home, but that's the thing, right? I could probably make almost a good large percentage of the meals at home. So why? Like, let's go someplace you can't really make the meal, or someplace that is kind of complicated. So I suggested Mexican. My mom's like, "Oh, that sounds like a great plan. Let's go next week. There's a spot up by the house." Wow, perfect. Let's go. Guess what? My mom went to that Mexican spot with my brother Scott, my stepdad Danny. And they went there together and had a good time. My mom loved the food. I'm like, "Mom, I know we're going to go next week." "Oh, it was so good, I'll go again." Yeah, she already knows what you're going to get. She's ready to go. So, Mom, that makes you happy. We'll go 2 weeks in a row. That's fine. Not a big deal. I normally get mole. It's basically um, it's not a tortilla. It's not an enchilada. It's well, it's mole sauce, which is basically a chocolate sauce. Now, you would not think that chocolate sauce and chicken or shrimp or beef go together, but they do. Mole sauce is amazing. I mean, you can make mole at home, but mole is very difficult to make. So whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant, I try to get anything mole in it. Usually, it's just it's just three of them. Okay, and my Mexican restaurant, I forgot what it's called, but we go there, Santa Fe in the Bronx. It's chicken, beef, shrimp. Okay, it's in a tortilla, wrapped, crispy. I mean, flavor up the wazoo, and the mole sauce. It's a little spicy, but I like it. It's spicy enough that I can drink my tequila a little bit faster than usual, catch a little buzz, feel a little good, but not lasting. Like I need to drink water to ruin the buzz. That makes sense. That's what I want to get. And I saw the menu, and they have it. I can compare. Because we have loads of Mexican spots in my house. At my house. Ironically, my boy Marlon's going to come down and pay me a visit with his wife. So my wife, him, his wife, we're going to hang out together, and we're going to go to a Mexican restaurant because they love Mexican. I mean, who doesn't love Mexican food? It's amazing. I love it. If you speak Spanish, I'm eating all your cuisine because I just love it. I can't get enough of it. Most amazing thing I've ever tasted in my life. Um, so yeah, back to back Mexican could be a problem. You know, that's a lot of sauce, a lot of spice, but you know what? 100% worth it. Um, so that'd be for my mom. My mom's Mother's Day, her belated Mother's Day, because she decided to work because she is needs some alone time from the boys in the house. So you know what, mom, kudos. You could retire anytime. You could retire. Don't worry about it. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna fire you? Big deal. It's a part-time job. You know? My mom, she makes good money for the pension, I guess, her retirement fund. She's all right. But she's bored. I'll tell you what, if I was bored or I could retire early, you know what I won't be doing? Working. That's right. I'll be playing video games. Because what else am I gonna do? I'm not travel. I'll definitely travel. But while I'm not traveling, playing video games. I mean, you gotta keep it simple, you know? Um, so this was a very Mother's Day special. You learned a little bit about my mother, um, and why I'm not with her today, and why I'm doing a solo show. I had a really good time. The previous episode, we did the All American uh, Unofficial Controller podcast with me and Seb, which was good, in the New York office, which was nice. Um, Kind of weird not hearing George's voice, but I like Seb's voice. It's soothing, so that works. Tom's voice, I like it. I like Tom's little different, like every other country. We have different dialects, different accents. They have different accents over there in England. I love them. I love them all. I'll tell you. I love accents. So that's good. Um, we'll be back next week. Hopefully the whole gang. Got some surprises coming up. Got some special guests coming up. Got some interesting things coming up. I'm working on a few things. I would like to do a little bit more solo podcasts. I have some ideas. Some go down memory lane type of things would be good. Me and Seb are down for another American episode. I mean, we're hot right now. I feel good about it. So I'm very happy. I'm happy that everyone enjoyed it. All the positive feedback feels good. You know, so far so good with everything else. Listen, if it's not Mother's Day where you are listening to, or there isn't a Mother's Day, you know, make one. Why not? You got one mom, and that's it. You know, you have only one mom. That's all you got. And once she goes, it sucks. And maybe you lost your mom. So, give a little shout out. Give a little shot. She's like, Mom, kudos in heaven, Pam, wherever you may be. It's unfortunate. It's part of life. Um, you know, and some people don't have a relationship with their mom. Some people do. Some people have a great relationship with their mom. Look, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I got an aunt who's like a second mom because she basically raised me, babysat me. My mom was working, so we were very close. And my mom are very close. You know. Then I got my mother-in-law. You know, we're very close. So I got like three moms. You know, so that's good. You know, a lot of my coworkers, friends, they you know they're either newly moms or they've been moms. You know, and you know, listen, the moms out there holding it down. You know, there's just single moms out there. There's moms. Maybe you got two moms. You know, who the hell knows? But either way, no matter what, whether she's your mom's alive or she moved on, you know, I'm sure she loved you, did the best that she could for you. Um, you know, and just try to spend time with them because let me tell you something that a friend told me one day. He's an older friend. He was an older coworker. He's no longer with. He passed away, so he's probably with his mom right now. They're playing spades. That's what they used to play all the time. And apparently, his mom was a cheater. She cheated in spades. I don't know how to play spades, but he was very upset about it. She also cheated in Monopoly, apparently. So, you know, he told me it's not about how old your mom is because, you know, in life anything can happen. It's how often do you see your mom? Some people say, oh, once a year, twice a year, you know, different family, we live far away or whatever, whatever. And oh, I have like, you know, my mom, I have like 20 years left. My mom, 15 years. My mom is young. You know, I have 20 years with her. Whatever. Let's say on average age. He was like, yeah, but how many times do you see your mom? He was like, oh, once or twice. So he said, okay, so you basically have on average, if she's going to be X amount of years, and that's the years, you know, you're getting elderly and you only see her three or twice a year, then you only maybe have 12 times with your mom. And my other friend was like, what? He was like, yeah, if your mom is X amount of years, and this is the years where, you know, you're coming into your elderly age where, you know, people tend to move on in life because they're much older and you only see your mom twice a year, then you're going to see her six more times, eight more times, 10 more times. And I was like, oh my God, that is the most amazing thing I've ever heard in my life because it's very true, right? We're only here but for so long. And if you only see somebody once a year, then how many times are you going to actually spend with them until they move on from this life? So it made you think, right? So far, the hour and a half journey, not as big as a deal as it was before, was it? Because an hour and a half is an hour and a half. It is what it is. You know, I've always said, even on my other previous podcasts, the most valuable thing you give somebody is your time because time is really important. You know, you need your own time. You might have spare time. You might have no time. You need family time. You need work time. You need sleep time. You got chore time. You got shopping time, cooking time. How much time do you have in a day? You know, not much. Then you gotta, you know, prioritize all that. You gotta spend time with the dog, time with the kids, spend time with the wife, watch TV shows, movies, video games, you know, having fun, just whatever, hanging out. There's only so much you can do in a day. So sometimes, you know, well, really giving someone your time is really the most valuable thing you can give somebody because you can't get that back. And once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. Time's over. Unfortunate, but that's all we got in this life is time, you know? So we got to use it the best that we can. So sometimes if your mom is that far away, we got to make more of an effort, vice versa, you know? Because we got one mom, the best they could for us. So on that note, if it's not Mother's Day in your neck of the woods, you know, take your mom out to dinner. You know, surprise her, scare her, open the door and boo, you know, do something. You know, I play things with my mom all the time. Give her a call, have a nice conversation, let her know, give her a little text, you know, whatever you got to do. You know, got Mother's Day at the end of the day of the week. But Mother's Day is, you know, a way to say that we love you and we want to be with you. Even though you don't need a day, it's a delegated day to do that, you know? So go spend time with your mom. I'm gonna wrap it up, finish up the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Um, I'm not sure if you'll hear me again with Seb or you'll hear me again with the rest of the boys on the weekend. But be on the lookout for the next episode. Um, just a little bit of tradition. What I'm gonna play? What I'm gonna play is Jedi Survivor. What I'm gonna try to play is Tears of the Kingdom. And if I can do both, then that's my goal. That's my weekly goal. So on the next episode, let's see how I progressed and where I came from. And if my brother ever downloads uh, Dead Island 2, then I'll play that. If not, I'll play one of those other two games. So that was it. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.